Welcome back, everyone, to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 10, Episode 2 of A Game of Thrones, the board game. We've got the main box set on the board. We've got the Mother of Dragons expansion on the board. Just wrapped up round number 1. This is our House Martell versus Targaryens, but it's really sort of the Seven Nations against the Targaryens, kind of a format. Round 1, we just played the Baratheons, and Martell had their first volley of attacks on the Targaryens. No real damages just yet. We're going to jump into round 2 right after a quick word from our sponsor. We fly over the board, and we'll see you in the gameplay. Thanks for watching. Fathom Hobbies is brought to you by the books that we produce. We've got a bookstore link down in the description where you can check out the 6 volumes of the Catu journals, including Hermeticism of Hastur, Genealogy of Cthulhu, and the Necromancy of Nyarlathotep. It's also available in the hardcover omnibus edition. We've also got the 3 volumes of Artificial Psychology of Desiring Machines in our podcast saga, including George R.R. Martin's Dragons and the Esoteric Dragon Mysteries, as well as the Esoteric Saturn Mysteries. You can also check out Lost Carcosa and the Yellow Sign and the Killingworth Bogman in our newest offering, the Lovecraftian Alchemical Courtship in the Dreamlands. Each volume takes place in another one of Lovecraft's dreamland cities. Aim Aimless, Aim Vicious in Cellophase, Hope's Home, Hysteria's Heart, and is in Daleth Lane, Stubborn Devotions of Venting and Forgiving with Hypnos in the City of Thrawn. Now back to our gameplay. Okay, without any further ado, we'll jump into round number 2. Move the round tracker ahead. We get our first dragon token. So dragons now have a strength of 1. And like I mentioned, we are playing with House Martell versus Targaryen, but just showing this sort of Dornish card here from the House Dorne box art here. So what I'll do is jumping right into the quick reference, we will do the Westeros phase first, and then we'll get into our sign orders. So let's jump right into Westeros phase. I'm going to put the cards out here. We get our first card is Last Days of Summer, Nothing Happens, phase 1 card. Then we'll do our phase 2. We skip this usually in the first round, and we did skip it in round 1. So here are round 2. Oh, we get Last Days of Summer again. I swear I did shuffle these. Let's just shuffle deck 3 just in case. Seems a little suspect there. 3. We've got Wildlings Attack. So let's go into a Wildlings Attack. We do have 2 Wilding units here, so we're going to move that ahead 2 right away. You can see those Wilding units. So let's jump into a Wilding attack. First off, we shuffle our Wilding deck too. Safe measure. And our Wilding card we get is Wilding Victory. Rattleshirt's Raid. Each bidder positions on the supply track no lower than 1. It's the lowest bidder. Everyone else is reduced 1 position on the supply track. Then reconcile to the new supply limits. So highest bidder is increased 1 position. This is if the Wildlings have a victory. So the highest bidder gets to get a higher position is basically how we do it. And I think we're just going to reconcile this. The way we've done it in the past is we just grab a handy 8-sided die. Grab an 8-sided die and just roll it. So I'm not going to bid for all of this just from the random sort of gameplay. Get an 8-sided die and just count it out. Put a little D&D in here. Getting out the old bag of dice. Got a 10-sided there. Here's an 8-sided die right here. 8-sided die. Shall we? We'll leave it out as well, just in case we have to do any of these kind of who wins sort of deal. We just need to put in over 2 So I'll have everyone take out a token here, and we'll just make somebody the winner as a tie. So our winner will be 2, and it's going to be House Martell. So House Martell gets to move 1 up in the supply track. They are now on supply track 3. Puts them right behind the Targaryens, and they can do their supplies. And I'm just going to have everybody cash in with 1 power token each house. And we'll be done with it. Okay, so everyone's basically cashed in with the wilding attack. And we'll just put those back in the pool. Okay, let's go now. So we've got the wilding attack done. We've defeated the wildings. We reset the wilding tracker. Let's go to deck 4. Last of our decks. Just give it a quick shuffle here, and then okay, this is the Essos phase. We've got the Targaryen player may discard 1 power token to place a loyalty token on Blackwater or the Boneway. So Blackwater or the Boneway. So Blackwater, let's go ahead and have a token placed here. They will also discard 1 of their power tokens as well. So now we've got our first pocket of loyalty in the Blackwater for the Targaryen. So that's going to wrap up our Westeros phase. We've resolved all the Westeros and Essos cards. Let's jump into our planning phase. I will assign orders in fast forward mode. I'll give you a talk over on what my strategy is, and then we'll jump into reveal the orders. If we're assigning orders, we're going to have Dorne and Baratheon to continue their sea attack on the Targaryens. We'll also have Dorne take the Ironwood. Highgarden will take Dornish marches. Aeron will expand into the Fingers and Mountains of the Moon. Starks to White Harbor, and Greyjoys will take the Flint's Fingers. River Run also for the Lannisters. Okay, so we've got all of the orders assigned. I'm going to have the orders revealed. I'm just going to do it all at once. You know, and usually you play it as a multiplayer game. You can reveal your orders as one by one. But I'm just going to sort of reveal our orders. Then we'll go through in order. Everyone's against me, and I'm against everyone in this version, so no worries. There's no strategy in this part. But as we were saying, we're kind of playing with a Dornish position, let's call it, right? We're sort of playing a bit from a Dornish position in the sense of House Martell and the Essos versus Westeros kind of feel to this game. Okay, so first off, let's go through our raid orders. Got a raid order here out of play. We've got these raid orders cancel each other, and that's going to be it for raid orders. Put those aside. Next up, let's get into our march orders and our combats. Right off the bat, I'm going to move the Dragonstone forces here just as a preparation to land in King's Landing and take King's Landing. So we've got that mapped out. That'll be 1. 2, we're also going to move our Highgarden forces down, potentially getting them toward the coast. So that will happen there, Highgarden. We'll move our Dornish troops back this way. So Dorne gets this activation back toward the Targaryens on this side, let's call it, right? Targaryen, we'll have that Targaryen ship there. And we'll also move our Dornish fighters into the Ironwood. Let's see if they can... so they have -1, but they have 2, 3, 4, and this is 3. So they take the Ironwood. They conquer the Ironwood. We'll give it to Dorne as well. So that's conquered. Let's just put a token on for now. We can take it back there. So Ironwood is theirs. Let's go ahead and I'm going to move our Lannisters, have their ship, start to make a fleet of ships that going across. Maybe we can have an armada attack on the other side in a future turn. We'll also move our Lannister troops to River Run and to take River Run's castle there from Lannisport. We have a token printed on the board, so we don't need to leave one behind here. We also have a we're going to move this ship out of, well, let's hear, while we take advantage of this ship while it's here, let's move these forces to Flint's Finger so they can get an additional castle. And then we'll move this one, though, to here. And we'll also move this one to here, these two ships. So they're moved out using this token and this token. So that's that. We will have White Harbor, moving our Starks to White Harbor. We do have a Smoke Kaelin is in defense mode. We'll take that one out. We have no combats here, so we'll take these out as well. We'll also have Mountains of the Moon and moving to the Fingers from House Aaron. And that's going to lead us back to our combat again. So let's take a look at Martell attacking Targaryens here. Martell attacking Targaryens, +1 and +0. Let's see how the cards work. I just got random cards here. So +1 and 0. Okay, we got Doran Martell. So it's actually 2 versus Ariston Whitebread. Oh, I can immediately move my opponent to the bottom of one of your influence tracks of your choice. Well, they're already at the bottom of the influence track, so that's fine. But unfortunately, they are going to get pushed back again by the Targaryen forces, so Targaryens win that round. Doran Martell. Next up, we'll have the Baratheons, again, taking the offensive against the Targaryen 2 ships versus 2 ships. They each have a +1. Let's see, Baratheon and... you're supposed to pick these strategically, but I'm making it just for purposes of gameplay. Renly Baratheon is now the seafaring Renly Baratheon versus Daario Naharis. So, Renly Baratheon 3-3-2-2. It is a draw. So, in the draw, I don't think we take this. So, it's just, we've canceled each other out, but that's a good battle between Daario Naharis and Renly. And let's just move our, we've got this here, let's move, we're consolidating these dragons. They all strength 1 for an attack on Pentos for the next round. And we had the Pentos actually was in a supporting role, so, but it wasn't a supporting role to the sea. So I will go ahead and clean up the board. I also have some consolidate power orders to give. So let's just go through these. We've got 1 for Targaryen. We have 1 for Highgarden, Tyrell. We have 1 for Greyjoy, plundering the Sea Guard. And that's going to do it for Consolidate Powers. That's going to do it for the round. Guys, we'll see you in round number 2. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.